Okay, here's my Razkull. I had to do a little bit of cutting here, and I just used I have an air die grinder with it's like a titanium bit. So I'm going to smooth that out real nice, and it looks kind of shoddy right now. You can see that it's definitely unfinished. So I'll get that so it looks like factory. I'm going to epoxy 2 bolts that match up to that spacing to the back of this, and then I'll be able to just push this in and mount it. And that's the hope. Okay, I'm going to mix up some epoxy. I got some rough lines marked right there. Mix up some epoxy. Going to glue these new studs into those spots where those scratches are, and then they will be the new mounts. Right, so it's going to mount right in. Should be it. There's the epoxy, ready to be mixed. Stuff is quick set, so I want to shut off. Epoxy on the head. If I get this on my countertop, my wife is going to shoot me. I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to put the other one in and line it up so it's straight. That's it. Okay, so here's the epoxy studs. Okay, so what I did, what I did was I took the stock, right, just to check these, and you can see they line up just right. Okay, and then I just made sure that they were straight, both ways, and that's it. See if it works. This is the quick set stuff. So this is only less than 5 minutes after I put them on. This stuff moves quick. So I may do just another little batch just to reinforce it. I don't know. It's not really like it's heavy, and they're throwing pretty good. Okay, so there it is on the bike. Don't mind all my junk. My dog is a shredder, and he was just out here. So it fits pretty good. I'm going to take that edge, and I'm going to use a flat file and get it perfect, and then I'll probably go back and sand it, and then maybe I'll you can see I have some black magic marker, so I'll get all that off, get it all cleaned up so it looks like it was meant to be. But it fits in great. All right, so here's the studs. These are just done 5 minutes ago, so you can see. All right, so if I go to take it out, you can see the studs move back and forth. All right, so they're going to hold it in, and there's not much to this thing. Plus, there's worst case if it falls off while I'm riding, which I doubt. It'll be suspended by this wire until I get home, but it's not going to fall out. Anyway, so that's it. Looks pretty cool. So the other thing I did last minute, I decided to take the plate off, and I'm going to mount the plate back under here. There's a plate mount. If you get this particular light, it comes with a little plate mount. So I am going to mount that whole plate mount back here, and then I'll mount the plate. And then I also have, this is the stock plate light, and there's a little spot in the harness, that plugs right in, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'm just going to have to make like a new mount for that. So there it is, all done in place. We got the plate mount, and the plate light is all bolted up. Just if anybody out there does the same thing, what I did was when I removed the plate mount, I found that the plate here, the jersey plates, the way they're drilled, they actually line up perfectly to the portion of the plate that was bolted into the light, not the portion that was meant to actually have a plate. And you can see it's a, you know, it's a different shape. It conforms to the back of the light. This is where the plate was actually meant to be bolted, but I found that that was better to just bolt right through the bottom of the like, you know, the fender cap that's on the bottom. And you can see I just used 2 bolts drilled through and you know, located the holes inside, put a washer and a nut on them, a little bit of Loctite, and they should be good to go. So so that's it. So here we go. We'll give it a, there's a once over. Looks really cool without, you know, any of the lights or the license plate holder hanging over. And I'll fire this thing up. Okay, that's it. That's glory. Sides during the day, you can see they came out really nice. It's really cool. And this plate light, what I did was the hole came out right here in the corner of the you know, for the little toolkit that they give you, right? So I was just able to run that up through. You'll find that there's a little hole here. You can come through, run around the outside, and back down to the harness. And that way, when you put the seat in, it doesn't get caught up on the top frame rails and, you know, get pinched and chafed. And that's it. You know, it's pretty clean after that. There we go. There's the stock studs. I left them. I made them long so I could move it out. I wasn't sure if I wanted this thing flush, if I wanted it to stick out, if I wanted it to be in. So I just wanted to have you know, plenty of room on those studs. If I want to push them out, I could always shim them from the back. I use some rubber. I have 2 rubber shims in there now, and that kind of looks pretty cool. You know, I like the way that's sitting right there. You know, so anyway, that's it. Here's our wiring. So these were the original. These are grounds. There were 2 grounds that came off of the original light setup. On this Bompa, their black lead is a ground. So if you see this double fitting right here, you can just put the black one into the one side and that'll cover the whole thing. These are the turn signals. Looks like the blue, the single blue, goes to orange on the Bompa, and the single orange goes to yellow. That's the Bompa, is the yellow. That's the aftermarket tail light. And then there is this little plug, which I just cut off, and I found that the yellow, which is the lead that's all the way on the right side as we're looking at it right now, the yellow would go to red, the Bompa red, and it looks like the green or gray from the Bompa would go to, that looks like brown to me, and that brown is the middle lead. Okay, the lead that is all the way to the left is a green, and that's a ground, and that's not needed because the whole single unit just needs a ground, which is taken care of over here, and that should be it. This is the plate light, and that just goes back to where it came out of, right? Whoops. and that looks like it just matches up green to green. It's like a brown to brown, right? And that's it. And your plate lights up and you're good to go. Okay, here it is. It's all done. Came out pretty good. Look right at here. Anyway, by the way, I have some more mods that we could talk about. Maybe do some more videos. I ported the head. It's got a pit bike exhaust on it. I'm gonna cut the oil slinger down so it revs closer to what a sport bike, you know, how a sport bike revs up. And then mirror mods and front turn signal mods. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys like it.